how many carbs they actually have to eat in order to, like basically get the results that they're looking for.
So the blanket number I throw out to people is 30 grams of carbs a day, net carbs. So you always subtract the fiber from anything. That's I talked about that in another video. I can give you a very detailed primer on how to do this later, but you eat 30 grams of carbs a day and you will shift into ketosis, provided you're eating enough of the rest of the other foods that are in there. So you want to eat 70% of your diet from fat. So you're adding fat most of the time, and from sources you probably wouldn't think of most. You want to add butter. If you're cooking a steak, cook it in butter. You're adding fat. I love drinking diet sodas with heavy whipped cream poured into it. Tastes like a root beer float. You're adding fat.
I've seen you eat this.
Delicious.
Multiple times. Actually, I think there's one next to me. Yeah, that's really interesting. So the magic number is 30. That's the deal, right? So you want 30 net carbs. And so I'm guessing that if we had some ingredients here, or so, actually we do. We have the supplement panel right here. Just something like this, guys. Anyways. But if you were looking at the supplement panel, we're going to be looking at the carbs on here, and we want to look at the net carbs.
Yes, net carbs.
Okay.
So you subtract dietary fiber from total carbs, and that's how much you're getting. So I have these low carb tortillas, and the net carbs on them is 5 grams, but it says there should be something like 19 per tortilla, and I ate a ton of these. I stay under 30, but I ate a ton of these tortillas, and looking at total carbs should be way more, but I stay in ketosis because your body can't use the fiber that's in there. It doesn't.
So it offsets it.
Yeah, it's not what you put in your mouth, it's what gets into your bloodstream and gets to your cells.
Okay.
And that's how that's determined. It's through that.
And I know when you're listening over here to Connor, this sounds a little complicated. I get it, because when I first heard this, I was like, okay, so you have net carbs, and then you have fibers, and then you have to have this many fats, and all of a sudden you feel like you're, basically have to pull out an Excel sheet and be able to track all of these types of things. But really, with the recipes that we have, and that's why we provide them to you, with the recipes that we provide in the group, you can actually take those recipes, follow those recipes, and get the same results. So you don't have to be overthinking this all day long.
Unless you're obsessed with bodybuilding, in which that's another kind of neurosis. It's fun. The only number you really need to keep track of in your head is just how many grams of carbs a day, and then just eat when you're hungry. Stay full, and just stay under that magic number 30. You're going to be good to go. Now, some people can get away with a bit more. My mom can eat 60 grams of carbs in a day and stay in ketosis, and I hate it because I get thrown out. She doesn't.
And we were talking about this earlier today, but there's certain ways you can actually track to see if you're in ketosis, right? There's urine slips, or there's like urine little strips. Excuse me.
These little strips, they turn really dark purple if you're in ketosis, just because it tracks if you're getting rid of ketones. And then they sell a breathalyzer. It's called the Ketonics, and I'll do a detailed video on one of those later. I love this machine, and you just breathe into it, and it shows if you're breathing off ketones.
Excellent.
So you can scientifically validate if you're achieving your goals or not. You're not just hoping.
Perfect.
It's really good.
So we can put some links there, guys, for you guys a little bit later. We can do a little bit of reviews on those things if that's what you're looking for. But just to go back to something very simple, so they can go to, where would they pick up the strips? Like a health nutrition store? Any
pharmacy. You can go there and just ask for ketone test strips. And I think they're like $5 for about 50 of them.
Oh, so super inexpensive.
Super cheap, and you can get a bunch. And you just do that. You test, I'm in ketosis. Cool, sweet. And just continue on. You can check and see if your program's working, if you're eating too many carbs, if you're not getting enough fat.
So you can just kind of tweak it. But the cool thing about this is that once you have it tweaked, right, maybe it might take a day or two, a little bit, but once you get it tweaked and you stay there, the fat, truly just starts to fall off. It is pretty remarkable, actually.
It's fast. It's great. It's not dangerously fast. It's just fast. It's really nice.